full effect. Morning, guys.
It took me about a half an hour to glue all this on, but good morning, Chicago. Oh, what a beautiful morning it is outside, right?
Yeah. What in the world just happened? Who's local? What did y'all do?
You're aware that it's April. Spring showers is what's supposed to happen.
Winter is nigh. That's exactly.
Not here, spring blizzards.
No kidding.
It'll be 60 tomorrow.
Really?
Perfect.
And then,
But I want to build a snowman.
do you want to build a snowman?
Shut up.
Remember, my daughter's 2 right now, so oh yeah, well, you too. Yeah, so we're
Yeah, mine's almost 6. Trust me, I've been living with Elsa for a long time.
yes, hi guys.
So we're gonna burn through today. Some Forrest Gump here has a date tomorrow with the Boston Marathon. So I'll apologize in advance that the second half of the day you're stuck with just me. But it's okay. I brought some stilts so you can feel like Jared's still around.
That's true.
Oh, it's exciting, man. Are you nervous?
I am nervous. First and foremost, thanks to everybody who donated, bought shirts, and helped the cause. It's kind of been a fun, real quick, maybe tangent.
This is your third one in, what, 5 months? 6 months?
Yeah, when did we do Seattle? Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, November.
Yeah, inside of 5 months.
I like to remind him that the great, amazing thing about marathons is you don't have to run. You literally sit on the couch and not do it at all.
I feel like this was like a, you know, Misha, we joked that his autobiography should be called, It Seemed Like a Great Idea at the Time. And so I will...
Because he says that so many times.
He said it so many times, but I will credit and blame, I will blame and mostly credit his aunt at the same time. She's from Boston, and she was like, hey, I have a cool, great charity that maybe we get y'all involved with. And we were like, well, that sounds awesome. And now as we get closer and look at the weather, we're like...
He was like, that sounds awesome. And I was like, I just ran a marathon. I just ticked that box.
Like,
there's no other boxes.
I'll donate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow will be numero tres.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm just withering away. The rest of me is like, I always joke, I'm a shadow of like who I was.
Yeah, you're just all cash now.
Yeah. I shower in the dark. Like, don't look at me. It's just me.
Slender Man.
Slender Man. Yeah, so that's tomorrow. So thank y'all. And thanks for letting us change the schedule a little bit. I know it's a little different, but it's for a good cause. So thank y'all. And I'll be suffering in the thunderstorm tomorrow for as a thank you. So. Well, let's get to some questions. That was a fast hand. That was, and the I think Flava Flav with the sign. Yes.
What?
The blonde Flava Flav. She has like 35,000 beads. Is there a clock on one of those? Yes. Flava Flav.
I got it.
Okay. So I was curious, Jensen, about what this whole radio company thing is. If you could give us any hints about what you're doing, and you and your buddy Steve.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure. You posted it during SNS, and that was stressful.
That was stressful?
The audience got the shakes. They're like, what's going on here?
Yeah, we're working on a project.
Okay.
So,
She said, okay, but it sounded more like, okay.
okay.
The words and the punctuation didn't match.
Yeah, Steve, my buddy Steve Carlson, who some of you know, we've made some music in the past. I've helped him write some music for some of his albums, and he and I have gotten together over the past 8 months and have been writing all new original tunes, and he convinced me to get in there with him, and so we're working on that, and there'll be more information to follow soon. But, no.
We're excited for it.
Thanks.
What does your sign say?
Oh.
I I went to Mardi Gras.
I can tell.
Yeah.
No, you don't say.
I
Awesome.
love her. She's great.
Well, she's not here.
I know.
Okay, I just making sure. Yeah, next. Where we at? How about like the purple hair there, the far back? Let's do that.
Hi guys.
Hey.
I'm from Nebraska, so it was kind of a one
So is she.
one person. So I'm Jared. Don't punch me, but I'm in love with your wife.
Here for Janelle, here for Jen.
Is anybody here for us?
Nobody's here for us.
I do love you both, but Jen has my heart.
The guy over there is like, I am.
So she kind of took my question because Twitter was freaking out about Jensen. But I was wondering what your guys' favorite memories with each other's wives are. Make it appropriate.
Ow.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
I think we've all had some pretty fun times together.
Picture
Oh,
didn't
come on
happen.
now. I think what's, for some reason, when you said that, I remember going to the four of us went to a bar together in Aspen, and we're having like pseudo dance contests in the back. We wanted to, like, there was, the patio was closed, but I guess the guy who knew, the guy who gave us the PG bomb was like, I'll get you out there. And so we went out there, had like, it was 80s music, and we were just dancing, being fools. I remember just laughing, having a good time, so one of those. Don't.
I just vividly remember this as always kind of like what really kind of sent the friendship the way that it went for all of us, and it was like one of the first times we were ever hanging out, and we were all just like, he was dating Jen, I was dating Daniil, it was before we all got married, and the two of them got overserved, we'll put it that way. And we were just trying to get them home, and it was like herding cats. And it was a snowstorm. This was in Vancouver. It was a snowstorm, and just they tried. We were trying to get them up the stairs, and they got halfway and then went backwards. Luckily, it was padded full of snow, and so they didn't hurt themselves. And as soon as they landed in this poof, this big snow cloud, we couldn't get them to stop laughing and like rolling in the snow. It was. I was like, well.
It was ridiculous.
This is, if this is any kind of foreshadowing, then this is going to be trouble. But
I'm glad you didn't say killing her, because that would have been an odd answer. Right?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to carry on. 2 red hands. Well, I guess the hands aren't red.
They can be if you want them to be.
That's all right.
Why do you think that whenever one of your characters makes a joke, that the other one is just stone-faced all the time?
Because we make it that way. I think it's a pretty classic, whether it's a brother thing or a guy thing or a Jensen Jared thing. I think it's part of storytelling, right? The juxtaposition of somebody who's being goofy and somebody who's not. Always makes me laugh. It's kind of like the straight man, like the Jason Bateman type in Arrested Development. Always makes me laugh pretty hard. So I think it's fun to kind of trade that off.
Yeah, I think it punctuates comedy when there's someone trying to make someone else laugh and they don't laugh.
It makes it funnier than
it's a bit. It's a bit. Well, I mean, look at Rob and Richard. That's pretty much all they do. And they're pretty funny guys. Yes, right here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was wondering which Gilmore Girls character you think would be the best hunter?
Which Gilmore Girls character would be the best hunter?
Rory? I think Emily, the grandma, Kelly Bishop.
Yeah, she's hardcore. She knows her shit. Shoot.
What about Melissa McCarthy?
She'd be good too. Suki? Yeah, Suki'd be a good hunter, because you wouldn't expect it. She'd make you laugh and she'd knife you. She's a sweetheart.
See the movie Spy?
I mean, I'm gonna have to
It
go.
wouldn't be Dean.
It would be Dean, because that's the best hunter name there is.
Rory. Which one do you think?
I think we would all be surprised and it would be Kirk.
Oh, yes! You know what, you're right. I bow down, Sean. Yeah. I think you're right.
I have no
I'll go with
idea.
you on that. Yeah.
I've never
You
seen
and that
Gilmore
one, way over there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First off, I would like to thank you for everything that you guys have given us as a fandom.
Thank you guys.
And if you could go back in time to when you were first getting ready to start the pilot, what words of wisdom or advice or whatever warning would you give yourselves?
Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. God.
Buy a house in Vancouver. You're gonna need it.
Mine would be sell a house in Vancouver to Jensen. He's got a lot of money. Just kidding.
Not in the beginning.
Wow. You know, I think it took me a while. I think I've maybe talked a little bit about this. It's hard to say when life imitates art or art imitates life. I had a very difficult time for the first couple of years. He had already been shooting for like 35 years in Vancouver, so he was used to it. I sort of pushed back, and I was a little resentful, I hate to admit. I came around, but I wish I would have enjoyed it from the get, and I really wish I'd have kept like a journal of some sort. Like, I wish I had some notes, because I have these kind of disparate images in my head of memories from different seasons, and I wish I had something to go back and flip through. I wish I took more pictures, or I always yell at my mom because she's always the one in the side of the party taking pictures. But then we go to San Antonio, or she comes to Austin, like, hey mom, show us the pictures from that party that one time, or that vacation, the fishing trip. So I wish I had more pictures. I guess it'll live in my memory. But I wish I had appreciated it more. But I guess, you know, youth is wasted on the young, right?
Just quote Reeve Carney.
Yeah, I think just to settle in and enjoy that journey more. But I mean, that was the problem, especially with our industry. It's so fickle, and shows normally don't go 14 years.
Yeah.
And so we were always, you know, for those first 2, 3, 4, 5 years, after we'd finish every season, or when we'd get close to finishing each season, we were like, are they gonna bring us back next year? So there was always this kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because you didn't want to just go all in and then be devastated when they canceled the show. You kind of always had to be ready to pivot and go a different direction if they canceled the show. And so it was really difficult, and I know he and I talked about this quite a bit. You know, when we got the show, when we moved up to Vancouver, it was essentially like putting our lives on pause. Because, you know, I'd done it before when I'd gone away and did Dark Angel or Dawson's Creek or Smallville or whatever it was. It's like I just put my life on pause, and then when that job is over, I'll go back and hit play and then continue, you know, with my buddies or my girlfriend at the time, whatever it was. We pressed pause 14 years ago and never unpaused it. And I think for him, he was, you know, you were 22 when you got moved up there.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Yeah. Now you're 52, and it's like, and I think it was the realization of not knowing, you know, whether to settle in or whether not to settle in, and because we didn't have a concrete pickup every year, kind of like we do now. And so it was that was difficult, and I think that if I could have gone back and just knowing what I know now, just talked to, you know, both of us and been like, guys, you're gonna be here a long time, so settle in and really enjoy it. There's no need to kind of keep 1 foot out the door just in case it gets canceled. But that's, you know, that's tough. Thank you. Yeah. Well, that too. Nothing. Nothing.
Share.
Just a way to enjoy ourselves when we're young. What's that?
Yeah.
It's your turn.
I've read that fanfic.
All right, yes, I guess.
The whack-a-mole that keeps on hopping up and down.
Hello, my name is Autumn. I'm
Hi.
from Beloit, Wisconsin. I am a huge fan of you guys. I got to start off with saying, and I love you both so much. You're an inspiration, and you guys mean the world to me. My question is, I heard both of you are really good singers. Is there a chance either of you will be doing the karaoke or concert next year?
Autumn, I'm not gonna fall for that.
Get out.
Good one.
No.
Is it that time yet?
You can't give yourself your own rim shot.
I did. Norman's not here. Obviously, he would have done it.
Obviously not.
No.
Obviously.
No.
I don't know. We'll see.
You did say
We'll
rim
see
shot,
what time brings. When was karaoke? Friday?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll have to be outside of season because we're shooting about it.
It is.
Thanks for reminding me.
Well, if you want to go back
Maybe.
in time.
I don't know, it's more than a year away. I don't know what I'm doing next week.
Well, I'm excited if you guys are.
Well, thank you.
We are too.
Thank you so much, and
At
thank
least,
you for coming to
at least we'll
Chicago.
know you'll be here. The audience of one.
For what it's worth, you are my favorite season. Farthest to the right. Okay, she's done.
Hi, I'm from Germany. I'm a little bit nervous. Is it possible that you can do this convention one time in Germany? Because in Germany you have so many fans, but for most of them it's not possible to come here. All my friends can't believe that I'm here, that this happened. I can't believe it.
Well, thank you. Dankeschön. Auf Wiedersehen. Thank you. Uns, right? Uns does uns mean something in
No.
German? Uns is us.
I love it. Ask
Us. Us.
us. Uns are very Dankeschön. To da. Ja, da. Nein, nein, nein.
Sehr schlecht.
20 after 10.
So I've been to Germany a few times. I love Germany. I
Stop
think
the
we would
trains
love to go to Germany and do a convention. We both vacationed there a few times, and we had a convention there long ago. But I can't wait to get back. I actually have a little bit of German in me.
That's too
My
easy.
grandfather is 100% German. Yes, thank you.
Is that why you speak German so well?
Und why do you speak so German?
No.
He killed Hitler. Dankeschön for that.
Bitte. Germany's great. We've been there a few times and enjoy the heck out of it. We just don't know if there's a company that does this there, and I don't know if Creation's looking to go international anytime soon, but always willing to entertain the thought. Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Go ahead, just yell.
I just want to know if there was an episode recently that when you read it, you were just really excited to do it, and what about it got you excited to
Was there an
film it?
episode recently that we were excited about doing?
Yeah, when you read the script and then...
Right.
I think obviously 300 was one that we kind of took special interest in and care in, and we I think oftentimes he and I are very passionate about the show, but we're also very much dedicated to what we're doing. I think when we knew episode 13 was going to be 300, and it was also going to be the last episode we shot in the calendar year 2018, we took a special interest in what was going on. We wanted to know what the ideas were, what the plans were, like let us know, are there phone calls we need to make? He ended up having to make a phone call. There was a lot going on, and it felt like it was a chance for us to, I think by and large, the way he and I have kind of approached this show is that we have a duty and a responsibility to make sure Sam and Dean are Sam and Dean. Even when French Mistake happened, which turned out great, when they called us and said, hey, do you guys mind playing yourselves? We sort of looked at each other, we were like, well, no, we don't want to play ourselves. We'll play Sam and Dean as ourselves, but we're Sam and Dean, you know? So I feel like 300 felt a little bit more outside the box, where we sort of spoke up as fans of the show, as well as we are Sam and Dean, and making sure that it made sense for our characters as well. So that's the one that sticks out to me most obviously.
Yeah, that was a big one. And like you said, I think we took a little extra interest in being stewards of that particular episode, just because of the magnitude of it and the milestone that it was for us. And also, you know, playing what I feel like has been an ace in the hole for quite a while, and that's bringing Jeff back. I think it's been a long time coming, and I think we all wanted to just make sure that was done right. And granted, we were under some constraints there because of just scheduling, and we didn't have him. We would love to have him for a month and done a few episodes, but we're happy that we got what we could, and he was willing to do as much as he could with his availability. So like Jared said, we kind of took a little extra interest in making sure that one was, that we were all really happy and signed off on. I also, the season finale of this year, I was excited about, with not just kind of the filming of it, but what it sets up.
Sorry, I had Dankeschön. Agreed, yeah, the finale as well. So I think those two kind of stand out. And that seems kind of easy to say, but
those are big ones. Those, the season finale's big, 300's big, and those generally take.
It's our last. We were joking on the last episode that it's our last ever cliffhanger. So it's kind of a.
Aww. It's going to be the Christmas break.
Don't make it dark.
Yeah, don't make it dark.
Someone just yelled, "Don't make it dark." We've all died and been to hell.
You don't think they're gonna cliffhanger next season? I think you're mistaken. I think they're absolutely gonna.
And not the end.
It's gonna. You know what? It's gonna look like.
No, don't cliffhanger.
This is my kind of generalization thought about the
Sitting
the
in a
end of next
cafe and it
season.
goes dark.
Is it's gonna be a big door slam, and then just before that, somebody's just gonna crack the door open a little bit. Just like metaphorically speaking, like, oh, it's all done, it's all done. Or is it? Which what?
Need our closure.
You'll need your closure?
Gray sweater, 2 hands. Well, 2 hands. What?
What? Where are you going with that?
Oh, the one with 2 hands. Got it. Okay.
You saw.
Narrows it down.
Hey guys.
Hey.
I was just wondering, so Sam and Dean have the one tattoo. I was wondering if they would ever get a different tattoo that was not supernatural related.
Like I'm with stupid or something?
Damn it, you took our shirt
I
off.
was just an arrow pointing up.
That's good. I'm sure they would. I think they probably don't want too many markings to make them easily identifiable to law enforcement. So maybe not like a neck tattoo saying I murdered a bunch of people.
But they were all bad?
They were all bad, I swear.
They deserved
it. God told me. That's a psych ward really quickly. Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Yeah, it doesn't serve the story, and so I don't necessarily know that that's you know, necessary. But yeah, I mean, when these guys ever get a vacation and they get to go down to, you know, wherever it is they end up and put their toes in the sand, I mean, I could see Sam getting a tramp stamp.
Another one. Is this thing on? Your turn.
Sorry, we're just rattling off ideas for said tattoo.
Spitballing.
Okay, right there. I see you. Yes. Yep.
Hi guys,
Hey.
my name is Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
I was in Nashville last month, and Jared, you forgot to bring something with you. And I was just wondering.
His mind.
His suitcase.
Oh, yeah.
Did you remember everything this time?
I did. Thank God, because it has all my running gear in it as well. So yes, you're right.
What did you forget to bring?
My suitcase. Remember Nashville? I didn't have any clothes.
Oh, I remember. That was an interesting green room.
Yes, I remembered it this time. Yeah, and I even changed.
What did happen? Oh, it was left in the car. That's right. As you do.
Yeah, as one does. Thank you.
Only you, man. Only you. Hey, where's my suitcase? Well, you
Packed it, right?
packed it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you bring it with you? No? No? Didn't need a detective for that one.
Case closed.
Scooby-Doo's on
Go ahead.
That was, oh, you know what then? Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So clearly winter is no longer just coming, it's here. So I'm wondering if you're Game of Thrones fans, and if so, who you're rooting for the type of Game of Thrones.
Well, I will say HBO really went all out with the weather.
They're trying to upstage the Star Wars and dimensions. Winter has come.
I know they put a lot of money into Game of Thrones, but changing the weather system, that's but hey, that's HBO.
Well, I learned yesterday definitively that I am Team White Walker. I learned from an Oreo that I blindly pulled out of the Oreo bag, and so I have to go. I'm rooting for the White Walkers. I mean, it's science.
I mean, I'm still hoping somehow, some way, Drago comes back. Carl Drago.
He's too busy swimming.
Yeah, he's taking care of the fishies. Yeah, I don't.
It's a hard decision.
It is a hard decision, and I don't feel like my loyalty lies with, you know, I just always like good entertainment, and this has been just that. I mean, it's been my parents are binge watching it right now.
No.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was like, wait, I'm sorry, you guys are watching what? Well, you know, that's my dad. Like, well, you know, yeah, all this hype behind it, it's coming to an end, and we figured we better get in on it before it's over, and so we binge watched the whole thing, and now we're getting set up to watch the premiere, and I'm like, what do you think? He's like, oh, there's a lot of pornography. I started thinking about it, I'm like, wow, I don't think I could ever watch that with you guys, because you're right. Yeah, they just binge watched all the Game of Thrones.
There's a
Good for them.
On ESPN this morning. There was a feature on the mountain.
I was watching them go to that. Yeah.
Interesting guy.
Which I'm pretty sure that they should have just named him Full Thor and not Half Thor.
Half Thor. Jordan. True.
It's just a little joke.
Real Thor.
No.
He's sorry. You can't rim shot yourself. You set the rules.
Can if he's flexible.
Okay. Last question. Is it last one? All right. Yes, sir.
Last question.
Last question.
I know you guys thought a guy was going to ask the question, but it's my beautiful wife's 40th birthday, so I'm going to let her ask it.
Hey, good on you.
Celebrity crush for my 40th birthday. What husband would do that?
So my question to you is, Jensen, you've been my celebrity crush for 14
Mine
years.
too.
Both of you wonderful gentlemen, who was your celebrity crush growing up and who is it still? And your wives are gorgeous, you can't pick them, you have to pick someone else.
Growing up, like what age?
I mean, like I love
Old
Zach
enough to have a
Morris.
crush. Like
so
what?
3.
Yeah. I mean, mine growing up was Zach Morris and then it morphed into a more mature, you know.
Well, if we're gonna go with that, then we gotta talk about Tiffany Ortiz.
Yeah, Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah. There was yeah, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Ginny Garth.
90210.
I think I said this before. When I was on the soap opera, when I was on Days of Our Lives, I was 19 when I started that show. We had a dressing room, and I put up one poster in my dressing room, and it was a poster of a movie star at the time, and Ashley Judd.
Oh yeah, good time.
Yeah, and I was
gonna say Elizabeth Shue from Back to the Future.
She did it for me back in the day. Yeah, so that's, there you go.
Yeah, I liked Elizabeth Shue from Back to the Future and The Saint.
The Saint.
Honestly, for some reason, I was like,
and Karate Kid.
Duh.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, glad we figured that out.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank y'all guys.
Thanks guys, we'll see y'all in a bit.